Hello, welcome to VNEWS Broadcast Daily, and following are today's top stories.
President Truong Tan Sang concludes his official visit to Laos with an agreement to boost bilateral ties in all fields. Deputy Prime Minister VNA visits the U.S. to seek ways to increase ties with the U.S. Avian influenza virus H5N1 has made a comeback, claiming 2 deaths in Vietnam recently.
President Truong Tan Sang left Pak Sao International Airport in Champasak Province on February 11th, concluding his 3-day official visit to Laos with an agreement that both sides will work to step up bilateral ties in all fields. Our reporter has more on the news.
Earlier, President Sang made a tour to Attapeu Province, which borders Vietnam's Central Highlands province of Kon Tum. There, he paid a visit to the family of Lao Party General Secretary and State President Chumali Sayasawn, met with the Attapeu governor, and visited socio-economic facilities invested by the Kon Tum headquartered Wang Anh Salai Group. President Sang's visit to Laos was a success, as it depicted profoundly the two countries' special friendship, solidarity, and fraternity. The two sides reached consensus on the importance and determination to constantly foster the two countries' traditional friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation, making it an invaluable asset that needs to be preserved and passed to future generations. During the visit, the leaders officially launched the Vietnam-Laos Solidarity and Friendship Year 2012 to mark the 50th anniversary of the two countries' diplomatic ties and the 35th anniversary of the signing of Vietnam-Laos Amity and Cooperation Treaty. Furthermore, the two sides agreed to beef up cooperation in all fields, ranging from politics, external relations, defense and security, to economics, trade, investment, culture, and education. This showed their determination to promote the two countries' economic ties on par with their established political relations and bring two-way trade to $2 billion by 2015. They also agreed to encourage and facilitate the two countries' business people to create more practical projects to benefit each country's social welfare and economic development. The two countries' leaders affirmed to continue cooperating and coordinating closely at international and regional forums. Vietnam supports Laos' bid to join the World Trade Organization, and the two sides are determined to spare no efforts to strengthen and develop their special solidarity forever.
During his working visit to the United States from February 7 to 11, Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Văn Ninh met with Assistant Secretary of State Kurt Campbell and executives of giant economic groups to seek ways to increase the two countries' ties.
Deputy Prime Minister Ninh talked with Assistant Secretary of State Kurt Campbell about cooperative steps to be taken to elevate the two countries' relations in the coming time. He held a meeting with the U.S. trade representative and attended a roundtable conference with nearly 20 leading U.S. groups, such as Apple, Google, Citigroup, General Electric, and Chevron. At these events, Ninh affirmed that doors are wide open for U.S. businesses and their investment in Vietnam in such fields as telecommunications and financial and banking. At a meeting with World Bank President Robert Cholik later, Deputy Prime Minister Ninh got the World Bank officials' pledge of further enhancing bilateral and multilateral cooperation with Vietnam.
National Assembly Vice Chairwoman Tòng Thị Phóng made a tour to handicraft village of Cham ethnic people in the central coastal Ninh Thuận province on February 11th. Let's take a look.
Visiting Mỹ Nghiệp brocade weaving and Bao Chuk ceramic villages in Ninh Phước district, Mrs. Phong commended Ninh Thuận authorities on promoting the development of craft villages in Cham ethnic inhabited areas. She also praised Cham ethnic people for preserving their traditional crafts and handing them down to young people. She urged them to conserve their cultural identity and make more cultural exchanges with other ethnic groups in the country. The Vice Chairwoman asked local authorities and craft villages to have incentives to encourage artisans to contribute to developing traditional crafts.
A ceremony to mark the 50th anniversary of the Voice of Ho Chi Minh City People VOH took place in Ho Chi Minh City on the morning of February 11th.
The staff of the Voice of Ho Chi Minh City People recalled important milestones they have undergone in the past 50 years. During the wartime, the radio station, previously called the Radio of Liberation, played an important role in bringing news of the revolutionary forces to people to promote their patriotism and unity for the national liberation and unification. From only one channel launched in 1975, the Voice of Ho Chi Minh City People now has several channels, airing a wide range of news and serving as a trustworthy bridge between the municipal authorities and people.
The France-Vietnam Friendship Association, in coordination with the Association of Vietnamese in France and the Vietnam Information Center (CID), recently hosted a discussion on a book on the history of the wars in Vietnam.
The book, The Gone in Vietnam, authored by French historian Pierre Truong, examined the wars against the French colonialists and the U.S. imperialists in Vietnam from 1945 and 1975, and the first year of national reunification in 1976. It analyzed the changes in General de Gaulle's policies throughout the war in Vietnam, his worries and mistakes, as well as later understandings and regrets. The book also recorded explanations on the end of the wars in Vietnam as seen by diplomats, negotiations that forced the U.S. to end its war in the country, the Paris Agreement on January 27, 1973, and the April 30th victory of 1975. The young historian is a researcher of the Institute for Strategic Research of the French Ministry of Defense and a member of the Modern Asian History Center of Panthéon-Sorbonne University Paris I.
The taxation agencies has encouraged businesses to use electronic bills, an increasingly popular trend in the world, as part of efforts to modernize corporate management. Let's see the issues in depth.
To catch up with the global trend, the taxation sector has encouraged businesses which has used a large amount of paper bills in transaction to order to e-commerce and process tax clearance procedures through the Internet. E-bills will soon be applied in businesses working in the fields of banking, telecommunications, electricity, and aviation, the taxation sector said. The applications of e-bills will help businesses cut printing costs and keep data available for any use, making accounting and auditing more convenient and transparent. Statistics provided by the General Department of Taxation show that over 413,000 businesses nationwide printed their bills by themselves in 2011, up 40 times over the last year.
After hiding for almost 2 years, the avian influenza virus H5N1 has made a comeback, claiming 2 deaths in Vietnam recently. Relevant agencies said the disease is undergoing complicated development in many localities, and there is a real possibility that an epidemic can break out anytime.
After a long time of no infection, both medical workers and people have loosened up, resulting in late diagnosis and treatment for the 2 infected patients. Statistics of the World Health Organization show that a total of 6 cases was found infected with a H5N1 type virus in the world since the beginning of this year, of which 2 fatalities were in Vietnam. The Preventive Medicine Department under the Health Ministry has required health departments in all provinces and cities to set up education campaigns on bird flu. The department also ordered tightening the monitoring of flu patients and outbreaks nationwide. The Department of Animal Health under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is asked to timely discover and stamp out any outbreaks of avian flu among poultry.
And that comes to the end of VNEWS today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.